What's going on, guys and gals? Troy, TXRC Productions, 3DR Solo Owners Group and Productions. Head over there. We're still going to give away that brand new free smart battery for Solo whenever we reach 500 users. So, why do I have a Solo and a white box gimbal sitting here? I have refreshed my Solo experience. So, this is going to be a unboxing, chat, setup, all in one, all together here, streamlined, or as streamlined as I can get. Literally, we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to unbox the white box gimbal. We're going to throw them both together, throw some batteries to charge, which are already going. I'm going to do a app setup. No, not the app. I've already downloaded the app. We're going to set it up, though, and upgrade everything because, as we know, Solo needs an upgrade as soon as it comes out the box with the app. So we'll do that. We'll do the Wi-Fi change, which is now necessary, and get this thing ready to fly. And then I'm actually going to fly it and do some video shoots for a couple of properties here locally for a buddy of mine. So there it is. As far as the box, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure on if this box changed at all. I feel like it looks kind of different, but I also haven't seen my other box in a while, so I don't know. Besides that, the only real interesting thing about it is it does say optimized for GoPro Hero 3, 3 Plus, and 4. But we know that the 3, I believe, is not going to be ever carried by support anymore with the app and everything. So I think that's what I remember hearing. So what's the deal with this? There we go. For those that haven't seen the unboxing, we'll get it knocked out right now. So peel up the little stickers. And there we go. Same as every other Solo out the box, it comes with a, I call egg crate style kind of cardboard case, so we know that. Awesome that it comes with something to store, obviously, but this is not a long-term solution. My best bet is, depending on what you really want, I would go with the 3DR Solo backpack that I have, or go over to carolinadrones.com, and they have a camera vault case that I really like for the size, the portability of it rolling, and I did find it very handy as opposed to the backpack at times. I haven't decided which way I'm going to go 100%. Anyways, unboxed. There we go. What do we have? Solo. There she blows. Everything's wrapped in plastic and all. A couple of notes real quick out the box that I learned with the first one. Keep this foam piece for storing an extra battery in Solo. Though it's not necessary, it does keep it from sliding around or from having you to have it engaged, which, though they say it won't cause problems, I personally would never leave a battery engaged. So that little piece of foam, keep, okay? Toss it back in the case for me. Battery, I'm actually going to set out, and I'm actually really quickly going to first, even though it says start here, I know, I'm going to undo the battery charger and get it charging on the pack because I need to get out of here soon. And I still have another battery to charge now. So, charger, it gets the power cable. It's really just a power brick. Feeds specific voltage to it. It's got a specialized plug, though, for your battery. Here is our new battery. We will plug it in and put this down here to start charging. So, we have a battery charging. There we go. Whoops. And there. Battery's charging. Cool. Keep an eye on progress there. Foam padding to cover your radio. If you're going to use this case, keep this foam padding. It protects the radio. That's there. Props and get started stuff. All right. In the power supply box, you get decals, warnings, stuff like that about the power supply and all that. So that's that. All right, and start here. This is going to be props. The radio controller charger, which we also are going to need to do some of. So I'm going to actually get it opened up. Radio control charger. Press the power button once. It tells you it's about 60%, which is good. But as long as I'm not using it, I'm going to keep this bad boy powered in too. So, go. It is now charging. Just to start juicing it up because I'm going to be using it, like I said, today. So, props are in here. These props keep the foam for these as well. What we are going to do is we are going to clip off right here where the frame typically sits, right here. The charger, I'm sorry, the charger sat. We're going to clip that out, and this will actually drop directly in our backpack to hold our props. So we're going to keep that out. Here is our startup guide. In the box, attach the props. Do not attach the props first. I don't know why they haven't changed that yet. Get this thing powered up, get it updated, test the features, make sure you can figure out how to start the motors and all, then go outside and put the props on. Do all your calibrations and stuff. With the props on, if you try to calibrate it, it's just going to be a problem. Blah, 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 blah. Connect. Attach your GoPro, get the Solo app, upgrade, connect a Wi-Fi link, power on, do all that, and that's what we're about to do. So, here we go. We also, before we do anything, we want to install the gimbal and get it ready to where when we power this thing on, it's going to update everything how we want it to be all assembled. So to do this, there's a couple things. You do not have to remove the top cover, but I am because I've done it before and I know that we have to route the cables a specific way. So to do that, fingers, kind of your nail up under the edges of the GPS cover, pull out, and you'll feel them click out. You then put pressure forward and watch your fingers and your face. Kind of pressing forward and up a little bit. Wow, this one's brand new, so it's really in there. Let's see. I'm going to use the flat tip of a screwdriver on the back side just somewhat. I don't want to damage it. Just get under there. There it goes. All right. So now that we are underneath, there is 7 screws that remove the battery tray. 4 that were already visible, but now that you have the GPS cover off, you will see the other 3. So we're going to take all 4 of these out. You can note that these are Phillips screws everywhere. Another thing that I've done in another video and I plan on doing with this one is using M2 hardware instead. I need my smaller before I strip these out. You want to use the perfect size on these, otherwise it does not like them. And you don't want to strip these bad boys out. So we will actually, when we drop them back in later, we will actually put in M2 hardware with a hex. See, like this one, it's already, it doesn't let. Why they have to use Phillips? Wow, it's like that one, they don't even want me to get out. All the rest are coming out fine, but the one. Instead of stripping it. There we go, we'll just use the flat side on it, and it came right out. So if you start to get it stripped out, slow down. Start looking at it, use a flat tip if you have to. Alright. We need to be careful pulling this thing out as it be careful pulling this tray out. as it does have a wire connected to the GPS that you're going to want to pop off. And you're going to want to be very careful in popping it off. Looks like I got one still. That's there. And there it goes. So inside, you will see what you see. We will be placing the gimbal here, and to do so, we will need to just simply make sure these cables are all correct. Now, the gimbal cable is right here. This is the gimbal plug cable, which actually plugs into the gimbal for all the control stuff. And then you will have the same HDMI cable will be used to plug into the top of the gimbal plate. So we'll get that done. And to do that, you will use the supplied screwdriver with the new gimbal, which is here. As far as new gimbal packaging, no packaging has changed. It's still just a gimbal. However, from my test with the white box gimbal versus the other gimbal, I did find that I liked it a little better, and I thought it actually was better. So there's our gimbal. So to get it, to install it, you can use the screwdriver they provide you, or I have my screwdriver, obviously. And to get to the screws, you just get in here and get to the 3 screws here. And so those screws do not come all the way out because they've got retaining clips. There we go. You want to feed that cable back through. All right, and now I did not plug the gimbal plug in until I have the gimbal assembled and I come back from the other side. And on the USB, you want to make sure that it stays curled all the way around the front of the shell. So you're really just basically going to plug it in. Be very careful not to rip the connector of your gimbal off. Once it's connected, be gentle with where you're moving it. Firmly press that in all the way though. After that, you're going to slide the front 2 clips in place. This thing should clip right in, should drop pretty much right in. The front 2 clips, once they're in and seated, that's really the only part that kind of takes a lining up. If you're forcing it, see like right there, I've got the cable touching the gimbal ball. I want to push it underneath that to where the dampener is not being compressed sideways by that cable. And again, this thing should just drop right flat in place and flush. By itself, it should be nice and flush. If it's not flush, that means there's some cables poking somewhere. Like right there, we got a little bit of a cable poking somewhere. So double check from the other side, and sure enough, I can see it. It's right there. Got it fixed. There we go. Look on the inside, and the motor should be centered in the little half moon. If not, it's going to touch. Once you have it like that, you can go ahead and plug all right. So my gimbal plug is actually kind of wrapped underneath the USB, so I gotta make sure that's not like that. If it's under the USB and kind of being tied tight, it's gonna cause vibration. You want both of these cables as free as possible from touching anything, but you're gonna kind of have to have them touch the shell a little bit, which is fixable via mod, but we are not modding this one. So there we go. All right. It's in. And you'll see I pulled the cable kind of up in a loop, and then I'm just literally going to slide it back into the shell though. So it's not touching any dampeners. I'm looking, no cables are touching dampeners, nothing is touching anything, and that's what you want. So that's my basic out-the-box cable routing gimbal install. So it's in. We will now get to the screws. This one, front one, you have to kind of turn the gimbal and go between the gimbal and the arms. Whoops. This one over here, you just turn and get to it. And the front one, you just push down on the gimbal, make sure it's out of the way. And we get it like so. So, all of our screws are back in place. We can now flip it back up. Take a look at it. Everything still looks good. We will now replace the GPS plug. Click it in. The tray plate goes back in, and it's a little tricky to get it off of the battery connectors. You have to kind of slide it in there. Oop, I'm losing screws. You should probably pull the screws out. I did not. All right. The front 3 screws in particular are the ones that you want to pull out when you're putting back in. The other ones, if they're still in there, you should still be able to get it in there. Once again, this should go back in flush and nice and perfect. The front maybe poke just a little bit, but that'll be okay. All right, we'll drop our screws back in. I like to not tighten them all the way yet, just get them in there nice and finger tight all around, and then we'll go back, make sure everything's seated. Then I'm actually going to use that flathead that actually works better than the Phillips to double check the tightness here. Something you're going to want to do too before we get going and flying. I mean, a lot of you guys, and I say inexperienced, not in a bad way, I'm not trying to be a jerk. Feel your motors. Spin them. Make sure they feel right. There's no clinking, no clanking, no toughness to them. You should feel the magnet rotation, but just make sure nothing feels different in any of them. We're going to put the GPS plate back on after peeling off the plastic. It just slides forward, back in place. That's it. We now did a gimbal install. There we are. Battery, grab one. I'm not going to engage it yet because I want to make sure we get everything back in place. I am going to pull off the, oh God, they glue these on there too. It's so annoying. Like every other one sticks. Like on this one, look, see the gray one's stuck, but the black one's peeled, look, right off. Ugh. Anyways, we'll get to that stuff later. I hate the look of it though. Alright, get it all off as much as possible. Alright, there we go. So we got that. We need to throw a camera in this gimbal, so I have my Hero 4 black, and it has a 5.4 lens installed, and that's what we're going to use. So we'll pop it in, get it on. All right. We will now power on our radio. Solo radio coming up. We will get our tab out. Actually, we are going to use our phone. All right. We will get our there we go. Our device that we're going to use, which for me is a Wi-Fi and 4G iPad Mini 2. So we have the app up and running. We will power on Solo next. While doing so, I am going to go into my device settings, and I need to connect to Solo's Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi you should join is Solo Link, and it'll have some numbers and such. You join it, it's going to ask for a password. Solo Link, I believe is what the password is. Shall connect. Yes, it did. All right. Your radio will say pre-flight check necessary. That is correct. We will now go back into our Solo app. And it says it is connected. So we will go into settings. We will check the software. It says it has a new version, 1.2. We will download the update, which it already had the update from the previous Solo, and now it's saying the update is ready to transfer, so we will begin. It is now going to transfer. It will take anywhere between 2 minutes to 5 minutes. Usually you will see a green bar going across the top. If you do not start seeing a green bar within the first minute or so of any of these updates going, then go ahead, back out of your app device, cancel, close everything, power everything down, power it all back up, and try to do it again. I have had issues from time to time switching from Wi-Fi to Wi-Fi where I think my device gets tripped up. But this one's taking first shot, so we'll continue to go with that. It is still saying first update needed here. This sticker is the one that reminds you to make sure you update. It won't let you fly without it though, guys. So there we go. All right. Antenna positioning while we're updating should be 20 degrees down. Why? Because donut effect. So that's the best position for them. Make sure that you also are tightening these even though you turn them and they're supposed to stay tight. Make sure the controller is solo or turned on. You're connected to Wi-Fi. Try again. All right. Huh. It said it failed. It did not like that update. All right. We will try again. All right. This app will disconnect from Solo Wi-Fi during the update. So it is now updating the system according to the radio. So the app is disconnected, and it's now just talking controller to Solo. So we will hit next. It'll tell you to reconnect to Solo Link whenever everything comes back and it says update complete on your radio, which it says will take about 5 minutes. So we'll wait. You will see Solo reset itself at some point. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a quick little 5-minute break over here, and we'll be right back. All right, so as you can see, Solo itself is doing a little dance with the lights, so we know it's updating. The radio has actually gone dark, but it's okay. It also is, I believe, resetting itself, and you actually look in there. If you look in there, you can't see it on the screen there, but there's actually a red light on in there, so that's good. It's, oh, there it goes. It's now controller update complete. Reconnect to the Solo Link Wi-Fi and press A. All right, they're finally connected. There we go. So reconnected. It's now updated and searching for GPS. As far as the gimbal, let's double check. It's turning when I turn it. Yeah. It is stabilizing when I move it. And we will... What we aren't getting is anything out of our GoPro, right? There we go. Huh. I guess my GoPro battery is a little too dead here, so what we will do... It does power it, but I guess being a little too low, it doesn't like it. So... New battery. There we go. So picture's there. We are searching for GPS. Touch the top of your screen and you can start seeing all your telemetry. So the HDOP and the GPS readings. All is good. We're not getting any GPS, obviously. We're indoors in a big building. So there you go. There's that. Now, the only other thing is change Wi-Fi password. It will ask you to do so. We will do that now. That does take 3 to 5 minutes sometimes. Renaming it and then picking my password. I would select something pretty big, at least 16 characters. Not anything simple. This thing can be hacked technically. Just copy it before you hit apply. That way when you go to log into, and make sure, double check that your password is what you want it to be. That way when you go into your settings and you can reapply the new password to your device, it automatically makes sure it's the same password. So don't have to remember it. Your device should always remember it. Please restart your controller, power cycle the controller, then connect to ATX RC Solo link. All right. So Solo is doing its thing. It asked me to power down the radio, which I'm doing. Make sure the radio is completely powered down. All right, then power it back up. It said to then hit OK. We'll wait for it. Oh, by the way, now you need to go into your connection settings on your device. It should have bounced your old one because it no longer exists under that name. You will wait for the new one to pop back up. And this is where it gets tricky. Last time I renamed mine, it actually gave me some trouble re-recognizing it, but we'll see. So it's back up. It's connected to itself. Now I'm just actually looking for the Wi-Fi connection, which is now renamed Solo Link ATXRC Productions, which is what I named it. It is not going to try to, it recognizes it as a recognized network, so it's trying to connect. And, oh, well, there it goes. Cool. It automatically actually recognized the new password. Didn't even have to enter it. I didn't know the app does that now. That's pretty cool. There we go. We are connected. So we now have our controlled password that we made up. It is all connected, and we can go fly. We have our picture. It does not like that. Here we go. We will start the motors. Oh, you know what? It won't let me start the motors because there's no GPS, so I have to go into my settings, system, solo. A preset is now going to be fly manual. There we go. So we'll now go back. We will go fly manual, and now start our motors. All right, there she blows. All right, so that's how to set up your Solo out the box. I know it was a 30-minute video or so, but hey, so complete breakdown, open it up, get the gimbal installed, get everything ready, and now we're gonna go fly. Have a great day, guys. Peace out.